Hello and welcome to another technical analysis tutorial. In this video we want to talk about the dark cloud cover candlestick trading strategy. So on this channel I already talked about my tutorials about candlestick patterns and that you can use candlesticks for trading and price action. I recommend you check out these videos if you haven't learned about how to use candlesticks on charts. What I just want to emphasize is that there are different candlestick patterns that you can learn. You can just Google them, look into different books, and that is certainly a possibility, but it's also important really to know about the rules around these certain candlesticks. Sometimes they might look like some kind of a candlestick, but in the end it is just another one. So that's important to educate yourself, and I would do my best to publish more tutorial videos about these certain patterns. I'm not a friend of just using candlestick patterns. I also like to use other things, and we're getting to that in a minute. So in this video I want to cover the so-called dark cloud candlestick pattern. What is that? The dark cloud candlestick pattern is a bearish reversal pattern. It allows you to understand with a high probability the peak of an uptrend, and to allow you to either take profits or to short the market. Bear in mind, nothing what I tell you in this video is financial advice. This is also just based on my experience. Use it for entertainment and educational purposes, and always do your own research. So very important. I'm not saying that these patterns work all the time. It's very important to educate yourself about the different rules around them, and then again there are different strategies of how you can trade something. Very important is always to understand the context as well. But let's get to the details first. So what is a dark cloud candlestick pattern? Well, you can see it exactly here. This is a dark cloud candlestick pattern. So what is it? You can see that we are actually coming here from an uptrend. By the way, this is the Bitcoin chart. So we are here in an uptrend. The more green candles you have in this uptrend, actually the better. Because if you have more red candles in there, it messes things up a little bit, but it still is a valid dark cloud cover candlestick. So what is happening here? So basically you have an uptrend. So you can see that very clearly. You can even assign here a trend line, for example, like that. So clear uptrend, even though it's only a short-term one. If you zoom out, you can see that, but it is an uptrend. So what you do here, when to take profits? Well, we go to this peak here, and what you can see is this red candlestick. So a dark cloud cover candlestick, what it does, it starts in an uptrend. It starts above the previous green candlestick. So you need you need 2 or 3 candlesticks for it. You need first a green candlestick that is part of an uptrend, and that is your first candlestick. Your second one is the dark cloud cover candlestick, which starts above the previous green candlestick. You can see it here, the candle body started above the previous green one, and it ends below the lower half of the first candlestick. So if we say 50% of that candlestick might be here, you can see that the red candlestick is ending below that. That is very important. It's also important that the red candlestick, the second candlestick, the bearish reversal candlestick, has a similar size to the previous candlestick, maybe 60-70% of the size. That is very important. It shouldn't be too small, it shouldn't be much bigger, because if it's much bigger, it may become an engulfing candlestick, which is just it's also a bearish reversal one, but it's just a different type of candlestick. So some people might already after this take profits. If they see this, they might take profits. Other people might wait for a confirmation candlestick, and that would be the next one. If you get a confirmation candlestick that moves into the same direction, that might be for many people the confirmation, especially if the previous low here was broken. So if you have a support level here where this candlestick here found support, this confirmation candlestick broke it, so people might take profits here. And that is one way how you can use it for profit taking or to entering a short trade. And then as you can see here, this actually would have worked out, because from there let's say you entered at this in this confirmation candle, or after this confirmation candlestick was closed in a short trade, you could have made profit. All right, and bear in mind this is the 30-minute chart, so we are here in a very, very short time frame, and of course this works on all time frames. Yeah, but this is just one example that I've found here and that I wanted to show you. There are obviously various reversal candlestick patterns. This is only one of them. Yeah. Also, some people might want to wait for a retest. So you could, for example, identify here a trend line, and if that trend line gets, for example, retested from the downside, then this could also count. So let's say you draw here something like a trend line. I think we can here in this case probably not draw a very clear one. You could draw, not really, maybe like that if you use that wick. So another way to enter or to take profits might be to wait for a retest. So if you can, in this case, yeah, I think we can identify here a trend line, an ascending trend line, and you have your reversal pattern, you have your confirmation candlestick, you have even another candlestick, then wait for a retest from a previous support level. Yeah, I mean, you have here this horizontal line, you can see that, where we had previously support here. Yeah, so if that gets broken and then retested from below, which in this case was the case, yeah, in this case I think we had actually rather retested this ascending trend line from below, then also that is another confirmation. What you need to understand is every confirmation that you wait for will cost you potentially profit, because had you just entered here a short trade, for example, at this dark cloud cover candlestick, then you could have made more profit than had you just waited for the confirmation candle, because that confirmation candle also takes the price down lower and reduces your profit if you either if you take profit and leave the market, or if you enter a short trade. Okay, so that is very important. But this is the dark cloud cover. What is very important that you're not mixing this up with other candlestick, and it's very, very important that the second candlestick here, the dark cloud cover candlestick, is starting above the previous green candlestick. Here it's only very slightly, but it does start above it. Yeah, it does start above it. It does not occur very often, that pattern, but it is one worth having a look at, because it's not that popular. Not too many people use it in my experience, and if you know something or can see something that many people don't, it might work out better. Very important, as I said before, is understanding context as well. Yeah, very, very important. In this case, to maybe use another filter or to understand the context, I recommend using moving averages. For example, the 20-day moving average, it all depends on your time frame. If you were on the daily time frame, I would use the daily moving average, or even if you're on the 30-minute chart, you might use a higher time frame indicator just to understand if you're in an uptrend or a downtrend, because if you're shorting the market in an uptrend, it might be more difficult. But also, for example, here, if you had here a moving average somewhere, which also gets broken and is another confirmation or a filter, then this might help you to make better decisions, because it's not only a trend line. If you also have a moving average that might get broken while you're moving here down, that is another confirmation that further downward potential is there. And in this case, we had this, and this was the case. So yeah, dark cloud cover candlestick, very, very important one, I think, to at least know about, and it can be used for trading on different time frames. Certainly is another indicator that can be used to understand where prices might be heading next. Yeah, so bear in mind, it needs to start above the previous green candlestick. It has to end in the lower half of the previous candlestick, and some people choose to wait for a confirmation candlestick, which of course is entirely up to you. All right, so hopefully you liked this tutorial about the dark cloud cup candlestick. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And also, if you really like the content, maybe check out my main channel, More Crypto Online. You can find a link in the description. On this channel, I do a lot of technical analysis around cryptocurrencies. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.